Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Go Wild Area Weekend, the first the Pokemon world has seen, and we managed to get quite a few shinies, quite a few hundos, and of course brand new Pokemon being released, brand new features getting released. So we'll discuss a little bit about that, but we'll have a quick review on what we thought of the event at the end as well. But first of all, let's have a quick look and see how much XP we managed to get on the event. So before the event started, we took a screenshot of our XP, and as you can see there, we had 510.9 million XP before the event. So let's have a quick look and see what we ended up with after the event. So 514.1, so 3.2 million XP increase over the course of the 2 days. Not too bad really. Really happy with that actually, because here in the UK we had a bit of a storm on the Saturday. Really bad rain and some floods, a lot of floods in the area where I live. So a lot of the roads were closed, so I weren't able to be so efficient on the catching, and of course the route that I walked on, a lot of it was disturbed. But on the Sunday today, we managed to get to a bit of a different local area and managed to get loads more catches and also raids. We really went after those raids today. So let's have a quick look and see how many shinies we managed to get of the event. Now, I won't be going too in-depth with these, but we'll have a quick look and see how many shinies we've got. So we managed to get 35 shinies, and we'll have a quick glance through these as we go through. So, of course, Skrelp was a really most wanted shiny of the weekend in terms of wild spawn. I definitely needed it for the family. We did manage to get one prior to it when it first got released about a year ago now, but we needed another one for the family. So we managed to get a couple of Skrelp, so really happy with that. Toxtricity was probably the one that I most wanted off raids, along with the Snorlax with a studded jacket, which we'll get to in just a minute. So you can see there we managed to get both forms of Toxtricity. In fact, we managed to get two of both forms, as you'll see further down. Unfortunately, the shiny Dialga didn't have a background or the special move. Now, as we go down a bit further, you'll see a couple more Skrelp, and of course, right at that bottom, we did get the shiny Snorlax with a studded jacket. So really happy to get this. It was from the new feature that we brought out just before the weekend, where you could jump on your friends' raids by using the friend list. So on your friends list, you could go at friends who are at raids. You could see what raids you were at. You could then join them yourself without getting a remote invite sent to you. You can just use a remote invite pass to jump in your friends' raids that they were attending. And then you can also invite people yourself. So you can end up being in lobbies with friends of friends doing these raids. Really helped take them down a lot quicker. A lot of people managed to get into them. So really happy to get this shiny Snorlax. Now, unfortunately, we did do 64 Snorlaxes over the weekend. This one, shiny, happened after 15 remote invites on the Friday in the time zone where New Zealand had obviously already started their event on the Saturday. Here in the UK, we managed to cling on to that and managed to pick up a few raids before the event started for us over here. But 64 raids of Snorlax in total over the weekend. And unfortunately, we did have one run away from us, and that was a shiny one. So we did actually, in fact, do 65 raids over the course of the 2 days. And on Saturday, we did 32 raids in person on Saturday alone. We did do 33. The last raid that we did on the Saturday was a shiny. We encountered it 1809 CP shiny Snorlax. Then all of a sudden, the game crashed. So out of nowhere, the game crashed on the encounter screen before I could even throw a ball at it. After I restarted the game back up, the raid was finished, it had disappeared, and therefore I couldn't re-encounter the shiny Snorlax. So really disappointed about that. Definitely the most heartbreaking thing of the weekend. But hopefully we can get some justification off Niantic for that, even if it's just a raid pass back. I would definitely like a shiny Snorlax back, but I don't think Niantic are going to be that reimbursement of it. But let's have a quick look and see what 4 stars we managed to get over the course of the 2 days. Of course, the mighty Pokemon were introduced to us over the course of the weekend as well. And the IV floor, from my experience, of these was around about 13, 13, 13. So hopefully you managed to get a few hundos of these. As you can see, the hundos were the evolution of Pokemon. Some that have had previous community days, so they were really, really nice because they had the old community day move when you caught them as well. For example, here you can see Venusaur had Frenzy Plant, and here Feraligatr had Hydro Cannon. So some really, really nice little features there, bringing back those old community day moves for these mighty Pokemon. But some really, really nice 4 stars here. We'll have a quick look through what we managed to get. Obviously, a lot of those were mighty Pokemon. We got Skrelp there, more mighty Pokemon, 4 stars, another Skrelp, Quillfish in the wild, a Galarian Slowpoke. This was from a 7 keg prior to the event. What I've got in my storage, Pidgeot, Gyarados, extra large. That was our first of our mighty Pokemon Hundos. And Toxtricity, which was off our second Toxtricity raid. Really, really happy to get that shiny. It's definitely my most favourite form of Toxtricity. And then we also managed to get a Hundo Dynamax Excadrill from a trade, which went lucky and went Hundo. So really, really happy with that. Instantly level 50'd for the Dynamax Toxtricity and the Gigantamax Toxtricity raids. Now, on that, we managed to do quite a few Dynamax Toxtricities. You can see here, we did keep all the ones that we did. So 17 in total, 15 in total. The bottom 2 are Excadrill. So we did do 15 Toxtricity Dynamax. Now, unfortunately, none of them are shiny. A few had the special background as well. So they did look really, really cool with a special background, as you can see there. I really, really like the special background, actually. It was available on Toxtricity. It was also available on all the legendary raids as well. Unfortunately, wasn't available on Snorlax with a studded jacket. That would have been a really, really nice feature to have. But unfortunately, it wasn't available with Snorlax. So these were the Dynamax Toxtricities that we managed to get during the event. So the best one that we managed to get was a 1454 of this form, which wasn't overly brilliant, to be honest. And then the best one of the full amp form was the 1464, which wasn't too bad, but it could have been better still. So these, I'll probably definitely try and do a lucky trade of each one of these, especially with a background as well, to try and get a better one. Now, the Gigantamax, unfortunately, we only managed to do 4 in my community, but we did manage to do some, so that was always a positive, and we did get at least one of each, so that was always good as well. But we didn't get any shinies, unfortunately. 1450 was the best one of this form, and 1448. So wasn't brilliant on the stats, but we did get a few with a background as well. So again, some more lucky trade, and we could potentially get a decent one with a background, a decent Gigantamax one with a background, which would be really, really nice. So overall, the event was pretty decent, really. We had a lot going on pretty much all the time. Obviously, we had the 2 hours where it kept on repeating. So we had the poison hour and we had the electric hour. Of course, if you had the ticket, then you could benefit on the increased shiny odds, and of course the additional raid passes, the 5 additional raid passes that we got as well. But overall, the event was pretty much a success. The mighty Pokemon were quite a nice feature. We did get a 15-minute period between 6 PM and 6:15 as well on the end of each day, where we could get more increased chance of encountering mighty Pokemon. So that was quite a nice feature. Potentially that feature could have been done with being half an hour instead of 15 minutes. 15 minutes seemed to be a bit of a rush, whereas I think half an hour would allow you to get a bit more round and not be as much of a rush, and manage to get a few more of those mighty Pokemon. Now, the Safari Balls made catching things in raids really, really easy. Most legendaries went in first ball, so that was really, really nice. Those Safari Balls weren't the most prettiest things to look at. I wasn't overly fond on how they looked, but they were really, really good at catching the legendaries, and pretty much everything was a better catch rate. And that included, of course, Galarian birds. So we did manage to encounter a Moltres, should I say, not a Zapdos, a Moltres on the Saturday, and it went in first ball with one of the Safari Balls. So really, really helped catching those glaring birds. So hopefully you manage to get your hands on a glaring bird as well over the course of a weekend. Of course, Roar of Time, Dialga, extend your daily incense, and hopefully you manage to get a glaring bird and catch it with a safari ball, which really made it a lot easier to catch. So let me know in the comments below what you thought of the Go Wild area event as a whole. There's a lot of more features that could be brought to the game on a more permanent basis, potentially mighty Pokemon, even if there's a chance, really rare in the wild, potentially that's something they can bring on a permanent basis. Will we just stick it to these Go Wild area events? Let's wait and see on that. But thanks very much for watching. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments below what is your favourite shiny of the weekend. Did you manage to get that Toxtricity? Did you manage to get the Snorlax? What was you most after in the wild spawns? Let me know in the comments below. Hopefully you've had a good weekend where you've been. Thanks very much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.